Karaburun Peninsula, Albania is the largest peninsula of Albania, located in the Vlorë County, southwestern Albania, at the eastern side of the Strait of Otranto, where the Adriatic Sea meets the Ionian Sea. It has an area of 62 square kilometers and has no population. It is 16 kilometers long with a width that varies from 3 to 4.5 kilometers. The peninsula is a managed nature reserve and contains the Pasha Liman military base. The surrounding sea waters form part of the Karaburun Southern National Marine Park. In 2014, the Regina Blue Ferry was established by a Radheim-based hotel owner making trips to Karaburun Peninsula and Southern Island while stopping along the secluded beaches. Geography. Karaburun Peninsula lies southwest of Albania in the county of Vlorë, whereas the Strait of Otranto separates it from Salento in Italy by only 72 kilometers. It borders with Gulf of Vlorë to the east and the Ionian Sea to the west. In the north, the waters of Vlorë Canal divide the peninsula from Southern Island, which is 4.8 kilometers away. On the south, Karaburun Peninsula's border lies on the virtual line that links the extreme south of Vlorë's Gulf with Wikipedia to the west. The highest altitude of the peninsula is Merecoreats 826 meters above sea level. Here, a telecommunication antenna tower was erected in recent years. Northwest rises the other prominent peak of the peninsula, Mare Ilges 733 meters. Southeast of the peaks the terrain lowers to the karstic plateau of Ravena, well known for its wintry pastures, whereas the offshore margin of the Karaburun Peninsula has been investigated down to -200 meters of water depth, within 4/5 of a kilometer. The western coast of Karaburun Peninsula comprises a rough relief, steep cliffs, caves, small bays and rocky beaches, such as Wikipedia. Wikipedia defines and 14 kilometers southeast of Wikipedia is located the most interesting Gramata Bay, a small bay where ships and vessels anchored since antiquity. On the high and steep rock faces of the bay, which served also as a marble quarry, there are inscriptions and names of even prominent historical figures that date back to the 4th century BC, such as of Mark Antony and Byzantine Emperor John V Palaiologos in 1369 on his way to Venice. On the north of the peninsula there's a landmark cape, Kilometres, the westernmost point of continental Albania and the country's most famous Haki Ali cave. The eastern coasts are less rough and slope gradually to the Bay of Vlorë. For the altitudes of the peninsula, on clear weather, the coasts of Salento and the town of Otranto in Italy can be seen by naked eye. Geology. Karaburun Peninsula is part of the Southern Zone, which is a constituent of the Albanides tectonic unit. Albanides formed the link between Dinarides and Helenides orogenic belts. They are considered allochthonous and mobilist theories deduce they come from the east. Tectonically, the peninsula consists entirely of Mesozoic-era limestone formations of Cretaceous and Paleogene periods. These formations have been continuously under the effect of karst and are exploited as marble since antiquity. The widespread karst topography is responsible for the absence of potable water and thus the absence of any population on the peninsula. Despite the dry surface and upper soil layers, there are several water sources that pour deep directly into the sea. The geological evolution has formed also capes such as Galovici Cape and Kepi Igu Hezes, as well as a total number of 20 caves along the whole coast. Ecology. The seawater surrounding the Karaburun Peninsula forms the largest marine area of Karaburun Southern National Marine Park. Further south to the peninsula lies Laugera National Park. It has a mild Mediterranean climate with hot summers and generally warm to cool, dry winters. Water sources are absent on ground surface. Nevertheless, the fauna is represented by several species, such as the endangered loggerhead sea turtle that nests on the isolated beaches of the western Ionian coasts. Also, the Mediterranean monk seal have also been sighted. Vegetation is poor, but there are oak trees on the western side of the peninsula and on the plateau of Ravenna. The eastern side is covered with scattered bushes and pines. The marble found at Grammar Bay was used in construction during ancient times, while inscriptions of sailors can be found on its walls. The largest cave of the peninsula is named after Haki Aliu, a well-known pirate of the time. Gallery.